Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I'll be talking about the new Fantastic Four casting, and I will also be giving you guys some info on the movie itself. But before we get into this video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, and turn on those post notifications so you can get notified when I post a new video. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. I'll be talking about each and every one of these casting choices, ranked by how much I like them. Number 1 being Sue Storm, played by Vanessa Kirby. This casting choice is actually really good because not only does she just fit the look of Sue Storm from the comics, but she's also a phenomenal actress. And I'm actually really excited to see her performance as Sue Storm in this new up-and-coming Fantastic Four movie, which I believe is coming out 2025, so next year, like sometime next year. So I'm actually really excited to see her play Sue Storm. My second most liked out of this entire cast is Ben Grimm, played by Ebon Moss. I don't want to try to pronounce his name because I fear I'm going to get it wrong, but here it is. And from what I've heard, this guy sounds like a phenomenal actor. I will not lie to you, I haven't really seen him in a lot of movies, but I've heard a lot of people's reviews on like their opinions on the casting choice, and every single one of those reviews says this guy, this Ben Grimm actor, is phenomenal, and he's done great in, I believe they said, the Bear series on Hulu. And honestly, with all these good things being said about this guy, just as an actor, I'm actually really excited to see him portray Ben Grimm in this Fantastic Four movie. And I've also looked up videos of him in the Bear so I can see what his voice is like. And I feel like once I have that voice and then deepen it to the Thing's voice, kind of, it will be perfect. So I actually really like this casting, and I'm really excited to see him portray Ben Grimm in the new Fantastic Four movie, like I already said. Now, these next two is where the controversy lies, because it has just been reported that Joseph Quinn will be playing the Human Torch / Johnny Storm. And here's why I'm kind of iffy on this one. Number 1 being, I just feel like Marvel could have just gotten somebody completely different who's not only a phenomenal actor, but also looks the part better. Hear me out. Joseph Quinn, he played Eddie Munson in Stranger Things Season 4, and the character that he portrayed was perfect. He perfected that character, and he put a lot of work into perfecting that character. And he did a great job in doing so. He took over the love of the entire franchise fan bases, in one episode. Everybody loved him from the moment he was on the screen. So that proves that he might have the potential to do the same with Marvel. But I don't know. But I feel like for some reason they just didn't try with this one. They just they had a whole bunch of good people to choose from to play the Human Torch / Johnny Storm, and they picked this guy. They picked Joseph Quinn, who was not the worst choice, but he's not the best choice. I just feel like what I saw him play in Stranger Things, the geeky and kind of nerdy guy, he's perfect for that kind of role. And I don't know if he can play the cocky jock who is the cool guy. He gets all the girls and this, that, and the other. I don't think he can play that or portray that as good as he portrayed the geeky and nerdy type of guy. And plus, I also think that there's so many other people who could have just done this role way better, especially from their past performances. For example, Rudy Panko would have been a perfect choice to play Johnny Storm. Rudy Panko plays a character in the Netflix series called Outer Banks, and oh my gosh, does he just kill that performance. Not only does the character that he played in that show kind of fit the Johnny Storm persona, but look at this guy, and then look at Johnny Storm from the comics. Rudy Panko looked more like Johnny Storm than Joseph Quinn does. And not only that, he's a phenomenal actor. The performance that he put on in Outer Banks was amazing. And if he transferred that same performance to this Fantastic Four movie, it would have been peak. It would have been one of the best casting choices ever, I feel just me personally. But aside from Rudy Panko, I also feel if you want to get an actor from the Stranger Things series, why not get the guy who played Billy? I feel like every movie I see this guy in or show, he always plays the jockey, like cocky, strong character. A character like Johnny Storm. And if you want to pick any of the actors from the Stranger Things series to play somebody like Johnny Storm, the actor that played Billy would have been perfect. Like, perfect. Not, like, he's perfect. Like, if you've seen him, not only just in Stranger Things, but also in the live-action Power Rangers movie, like, he has the look of Johnny Storm as well. A better look than Joseph Quinn does. But I'm going to have an open mind and not just hate on this casting choice and hate on Joseph Quinn, because I actually do like him a lot as an actor, especially after the performance that he gave in Stranger Things. So I will have an open mind. I will have hope that he will crush this role, and I will love him as Johnny Storm, and he'll prove me wrong. Because right now, my expectations are not too high, but they're moderate. Like, I'm not going to completely diss on you, but I'll have to see it to believe it. Now let's move on to the next one, which is the most controversial one out of the entire casting in this casting choice. Pedro Pascal playing Mr. Fantastic / Reed Richards. Now here's my main problem with this entire casting choice. I feel like Marvel did not put a lot of effort into finding the perfect Mr. Fantastic / Reed Richards. I feel like Marvel is simply casting a big name to cast a big name. Especially for someone like Pedro Pascal, who not only is one of the most popular actors in the world, but he has been in so many franchises, it's actually insane. For example, he was in the Star Wars franchise as the Mandalorian. He was in The Last of Us as Joel. I believe like that's his name. He was also in DC's Wonder Woman 1984 as Maxwell Lord. And he was also in the Game of Thrones as Oberyn Martell. So not only has he come from like many other franchises, these franchises have like big fan bases. Like, they have like a lot of fans, and I feel like they're just bringing him over to, like, the Marvels is bringing Pedro Pascal over to their universe just to attract the attention of the previous franchises that he was in, just to gain more fans. When instead of just doing that, what they should have done was actually put the effort and time into choosing a Mr. Fantastic / Reed Richards to play him in this new Fantastic Four movie. Like, there are like so many great actors who are being fan cast to play Reed Richards, and here are some of my favorites. One of them being Andrew Lincoln from the Walking Dead series. I've seen a few episodes of Walking Dead and a lot of edits on TikTok of that show and of specifically him. And then I look at it, I'm like, you know what? He could actually probably kill that role really well. Another one being Timothy Olyphant from Scream 2. I don't know if I pronounced his last name right, but here's a picture of him. I feel like this guy, he's perfect. He is absolutely perfect. He has the jawline, he has the face, he has the hair to play Mr. Fantastic, like the perfect looking Mr. Fantastic. I feel like if they chose him, he would have killed the role. But he is kind of old, so I guess they're trying to go for somebody younger. But then again, Pedro Pascal is not that much younger than him, I believe. Another one of my favorites who are being casted for this role was Brandon Routh from the Superman movie. And he was also in DC's Legends of Tomorrow, where he played a scientific, geeky guy. Oh my gosh, he would have crushed it as Mr. Fantastic. Not only does he have the look, but he can act like him. We've seen him act like him, and he done a perfect job. I love the way he portrayed his character in DC's Legends of Tomorrow, and I feel like if he transferred that same acting performance to this, like, Fantastic Four, if he was ever casted as Mr. Fantastic, he would have done an amazing job. Another one, which is kind of interesting to me, but it also caught my eye, and I thought about it, and I kind of like really like it, is Penn Badgley from the You series. I've never seen the series. I don't plan on watching the series, but what I've heard from it is only good things. I've never heard anything bad about that series and bad about Penn Badgley's performance as the character that he plays. Not only that, but he's also looks the part better than Pedro Pascal does. And he's young. He's like really young. So he probably would be like one of the best options if this next option didn't exist. John Krasinski. I will never understand why Marvel decided not to keep him as Mr. Fantastic. I will never understand that, like ever. Because this guy, he portrayed Mr. Fantastic in Multiverse of Madness. And he was perfect. He had the suit on, he looked the part, and he's an amazing actor in itself. And then they're just like, okay, we gave the fans what they wanted for like a little minute. We're never bringing him back. We're going to recast him, basically. Like, that's like the stupidest decision ever. Like, that was like a Marvel major mistake. That was a Marvel major mistake. And it was so stupid. I would never understand why they did that, but they did. And it is what it is. It is what it is. That's all I got to say. But I cannot just hate on Pedro Pascal. I can't do it because I have to give him props. Because, like I said, he is from many, many franchises other than Marvel. And in every single one of those franchises, he has killed his role. No matter what it was. No matter if it was serious, if he was like a cocky guy with high confidence. But he's also just an amazing actor. So I do have a little faith that he can kill the role of Mr. Fantastic, playing the kind of geeky, nervous, and shy, not shy, but like nerdy, geeky, nervous type of guy for Mr. Fantastic. So I do have a little hope that he can kill this role. But yeah, as far as the casting goes, those are my thoughts. Now I'm gonna give you guys some info on what the movie is about. The movie will apparently be set in the year 1960, judging off of the magazine that Ben Grimm is holding. It's a Life magazine from the 1960s. So, and then like, just look at their clothes. Like, they look like they're from the 1960s. Not only that, but it's also been said that the villain for this movie will be Galactus and his herald, Silver Surfer. And I believe the big plot of this movie is showing how the Fantastic Four transferred from the 1960s to present day Marvel, like where we are right now, and it's not the 1960s. My guess is that it might have to do something with the negative zone, or might have to do something with the multiverse or time travel. Maybe something to do with Deadpool in the Deadpool 3 series. Because if you've been keeping up with all the leaks that has been coming from that movie, we do see a comic book accurate Fantastic Four hover car. So maybe they get sucked into like some type of time traveling machine or some type of like multiversal madness type stuff where they get transferred to the present day Marvel where they have to adjust and adapt to that time. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share if you enjoyed the video, and comment down below how you guys feel about this Fantastic Four casting. And comment down below who you guys want to play Galactus and Silver Surfer for this movie. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I'll see you on my next one. Peace!